Just kind of while we're on the whole TNA subject here, a little while ago, and this will be pretty much the last thing we say about TNA. A little while ago, a news article came out that Triple H apparently went on record saying TNA doesn't have anyone that we need.
Yeah.
So I think we're kind of in agreement that that's probably not the case. Like, there's definitely some guys that could have, real good runs in WWE. Even if you brought back Kurt Angle, like, I mean, who in the world wouldn't want to see Kurt Angle versus The Undertaker at WrestleMania? I think that'd be a fucking phenomenal match.
That would be.
Yeah. And who doesn't want to see the Shield versus the Hardys, or the Shield versus the Dudleys and all this shit? Like, come on, dude. Classic fucking matches.
There's definitely people in TNA that could be brought over to WWE, even if it was just for a short run or a part-time. Give them an easy schedule, whatever.
AJ versus Daniel Bryan.
AJ versus Daniel Bryan would be fucking awesome.
Bobby Roode versus CM Punk, awesome fucking match right there.
You could renew the whole thing from Ring of Honor when Punk and Samoa Joe had like 3 matches that were fucking amazing. Like, why couldn't you do that again? There's no reason you couldn't. Put it on a huge stage, right? So, I mean, there's definitely people in TNA, I think, that WWE needs. I think Trips is kind of, surprise, towing the company line. But, yeah, there's definitely fucking people that could be utilized there. So let's go over to.
He's already eaten his words. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, but no worries.
He already ate his words, because Rob Van Dam, I have a feeling, is just the first step. Like, I'm hoping they bring Jeff Hardy to the WWE, because that would be great.
Oh yeah. No question about it. I think you could definitely do some stuff with him. I see Doug here on the fucking Ustream is like Justin tore his quad ring announcing, and I was like, well, pretty much. I almost tripped the first time I tried to get in the ring, and I heard everybody laughing, so that was pretty good.
Serve that motherfucker papers.
Serve that motherfucker papers.
Let's talk WWE real quick.
All right, let's talk some fucking
something
WWE.
that's been bothering me. This has been bothering me for the past 2 weeks. I was watching last like 2 weeks ago. Alberto del Rio had a match with Christian, and I noticed that the match was kind of odd, like halfway through.
Yeah,
like they were stiffing each other. Like Christian did a reverse like backbreaker thing that was kind of risky, and like Alberto Del Rio, you could tell he was kind of shocked, jolted by it. And Christian started doing all these fucked up moves to him. And it was because I noticed that fucking Alberto was really stiffing him throughout the entire match. I don't know why, but he was just working stiff, and he was dropping him carelessly and shit like that. I don't know if anybody else has caught that, but I noticed that definitely. Christian was really fucked up. He was his shoulder, his surgically repaired shoulder. He's been out for a year. He just came back. Del Rio fucking goes in, stiffs him a bunch of times, stiffs his shoulder. You know what I mean? And then that roll-up pin at the end looked pretty legit. It was a good match. And Christian's, I'm glad that WWE is giving Christian an honest chance, because I always felt like Christian's that's been one of those dudes that's a really good worker. That it's just unfortunate that he's been overshadowed by Edge, because Edge is just the cuter looking guy, I guess.
Right,
fucking to the broads.
Yeah,
but
for
Christian
sure.
is actually a talented guy.
And Vince very publicly is not a fan. He's really not a believer in the dude. And it almost feels like one of these things. Are you cutting weed, sir?
No, I'm not cutting weed. What I'm doing is I'm clearing out a pipe to smoke weed in.
All right, fair enough. I knew there had to be something about that. So Vince is very publicly not a fan of Christian. Doesn't really think he has that sort of world championship sort of pedigree. And maybe I kind of agree with him. I like Christian. I think he has a place in the company. I would maybe like to see him sort of go back to the tag team world, because I think he fits in better as a tag wrestler than he does as a singles wrestler. But you messaged.
I'm sorry, you mentioned something about him having a place in the WWE. I do feel that Vince does place certain importance on him, because he is leading up to the main event at SummerSlam.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's been because he has been on a winning streak lately.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the storyline. Yeah, Del Rio's a piece of shit though. Like he's just a stiff asshole. You know what I mean? I've heard stories about him.
Gabe, you messaged me after that match 2 weeks ago on Raw with fucking Del Rio and Christian, and you were just like, "Oh man, Del Rio stiffed him, Christian cinched up. We got a podcast about this now." Which was fucking great.
That roll-up pin, he fucking held that pin. Like, if you take a look at that match, he really clinched up on the fucking schoolboy. It wasn't even a schoolboy. I'm sorry. It was like a roll-up. It was more of a roll-up than a schoolboy. But he clenched it. He just didn't let go, and you could tell something was going weird in the match because like even when I was listening to the commentary and Jerry Lawler started laughing because like. You could tell Jerry's been in the business for a long time, and you can tell when something's going on in the middle of a match. Like,
right.
I don't know. I get goosebumps watching that match because I started watching Christian's mood just shift. You started fucking up Del Rio.
Which is going to make their SummerSlam match very, very interesting.
Yeah, Del Rio just has to not be a fucking prick.
Well, I don't think that's going to... I've never been a huge fan of Del Rio either. He's... just always sort of he has his gimmick, like he has this sort of Mexican aristocrat gimmick, which he then dropped.
He fucked up his ring announcer. What's that about, bro?
Yeah,
come on.
That's true.
See. Come on, he was behind you the whole time, bro.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Doug just posted there on the social stream, Del Rio would be a great Intercontinental Champion, nothing more. And that's probably legit.
Agree.
Yeah, that's probably legit.
Agree.
I mean, you could have continued. It feels to me like he could have continued that whole feud with fucking Jack Swagger and I don't know his dude. I can't remember his name.
Swagger and fucking
Coulter.
Zeb Coulter.
Yeah,
and
Zeb Coulter.
Fucking, what's his name? Antonio Cesaro.
Cesaro, right. I really feel like that feud could have continued. Like they cut that feud off really, really quickly, and it was bad when it involved the title. Like when it finally involved the title, it was just like, you know what? This program is not a program that you give the title to. It's a program that you let it get hot, and it got hot with Zeb Coulter's promos, and you keep that going. Keep letting Zeb Coulter a little more off the leash, and a little more off the leash, and a little more off the leash, and the program stays hot.
Yeah.
Until next one guy has to pay per view.
Yeah.
That is so fucking true, because I've spoken to Justin about racism in the WWE. Have I not, brother? Have I not?
Absolutely.
How every single black person in the WWE either comes out to some sort of Jungle Bunny fucking Caribbean music, or comes out to fucking hip hop. Really?
SOS.
Hey, baby, Simon.
Exactly. He's not even fucking Jamaican. He's like
he's African.
He's fucking.
He's African. He's African, and they're playing SOS like a fucking. That's a Caribbean song, dude. That's like from my part of the area. That's like Puerto Rico, like that's Caribbean. He's not Caribbean. He's African.
And then fucking Doug on the fucking social streams, just like millions of dollars. Don't even fucking get me started on the primetime players. Fuck.
Yeah.
Millions of dollars. Fuck you.
Suck a duck.
Exactly. The one guy with his fucking afro comb. Jesus Christ, how fucking racist can you be?
How not racist can you be? You should be so racist right now. Everything in the WWE is racist. But hey, you know what's funny? Vince McMahon. It was something special about last week's Raw. I don't know. Like, first, I really appreciated the Daniel Bryan Gauntlet match. That match was really good. Like, that Raw was better than the Raw we had this week to me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? That Daniel Bryan. I can't believe how over Daniel Bryan is. Like, he is the most over person in professional wrestling right now, and they need to give him the title before he loses it. Like he. Yeah, I don't get it either. Yes. Yes. I don't know. It's just the beard. I guess it's the beard, and he's just a little troll. I mean, I don't know.
It is the beard. It has to be the beard.
And it's part of like when
It worked.
fucking when CM Punk went away there for a couple of months, there was a little bit of a void on the show, I think, of great in ring, like great wrestling.
Absolutely, yeah.
And
and
Daniel Bryan fills that.
Well, he's the fucking Dazzler, man. Come on. The fucking Dazzler, bro.
I don't know what that means.
that was like one of his first wrestling names, the Dazzler.
Oh, okay.
So, like, you know, first the Dazzler, then the American Dragon.
Right.
And then Bryan Danielson, which is his real name, apparently.
Yes. And then now fucking Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
But because Vince can't possibly fucking use anything that happened on the indies, any name, any gimmick, anything, he can't fucking do that. So he's got it's got to be WWE. We'll put a mask on him. He's a big mastodon. You know, he's got to do his own shit. So he couldn't just be fucking Bryan Danielson. Nope, he had to be Daniel Bryan.
It works.
It works. Luckily for Daniel Bryan, it works. But
the
you know,
Dazzler versus Chick Magnet Punk.
Chick Magnet Punk.
Yeah.
Fucking put him out there in a 60-minute Iron Man match. Are you telling me that match wouldn't tear the fucking house down? Absolutely, it would.
Like this is where I get excited. Daniel Bryan versus Rob Van Dam. I think that would be an interesting match because Rob Van Dam's seasoned. He's real seasoned.
He's seasoned. I mean? Here's the thing: I can't get behind Rob Van Dam, and it's got nothing to do with like his personal whatever. I like the way he acts because he just kind of acts like himself. I find his moveset to be flashy. I just don't think it has a ton of substance. You know what I mean? Like it just, it's all kinds of kicks and jumping shit and whatever. And I don't know. I guess for me, for whatever reason with Rob Van Dam, it just, for whatever reason, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work for me. I don't know why.
You know why? Because he's really I've watched some really good Rob Van Dam matches. Rob Van Dam versus Rhino in ECW.
Yes.
One of the fucking awesomest matches. Like, he really excels in violent matches. Like, right now, he's working for a Disney company. You have to keep that in mind, bro. So he has to keep it flashy. He has to keep himself relevant to the crowd.
That's true. That's fair.
I mean, you know, I'm going to defend the dude straight up because A, we both smoke bud, and B, that's my nigga. straight up because, like, nah, think about it. I mean, he's an older dude. Like, the dude's pushing like 40, I think.
Oh,
you know,
I'm pretty sure.
Guy,
yeah.
And you can tell his in ring. You know what I mean? Yeah, that stretcher match was sick, by the way. You're right. But anyway, you know, you can tell it by his in ring ability. Now he's getting pretty winded pretty quickly. Like, you know, him versus Heath Slater. Heath Slater's a fucking newbie, but he would run circles around RVD right now. RVD's kind of winded out. He's old.
Rob Van Dam is in fact 42.
Holy shit. And he's in great fucking shape. He's going to be another Steamboat. Right. Steamboat's in great shape for his age.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and I get happy when I see dudes like that. Like, I like to see my dudes like live a long life. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely. All right, what do we got left? Sorry, what do we got for time? We're rocking about 45 minutes on this, so we still got some time here. Let's talk a little bit about my boy Ryback, Goldback, Ryback.
Goldback.
Ryback.
Goldback, nigga.
Goldback, exactly. Ryback is an enigma to me. I can't figure the dude out. I can't figure out if Ryback is a main eventer or if he's like a Goldberg squashed two jobbers in the first match kind of thing. I can't figure out Ryback's place on the card. Sorry, Nick, I think I interrupted you.
I don't know. It's kind of odd to you don't know what he does anymore.
No, you're
just a piece of shit. They don't know what to do with him anymore.
Here's some fucking statistics for you too, because like they had
that's a good one.
They had a chance with Ryback. Like, they had a chance for like Ryback to be like I won't say like the Undertaker's next big money pay-per-view opponent, but I mean Ryback could very easily have been John Cena's big money pay-per-view opponent. Without question. He ended up being John Cena's pay-per-view opponent, but I don't think any of their matches drew big money.
No.
No, because Ryback's in-ring ability is really limited, and John Cena's in-ring ability is extremely limited. Like, people go apeshit when he does a Hurricane Rana.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, what the fuck? And, like, I admire the guy because, like, he tries. Because, like, you know, it's like, oh, man, John Cena tried to do a Hurricane Rana. That's kind of cute. Like, even though he fucked it up.
Oh, that's so sweet. But, yeah, no, fair enough. But just, like, right now, Ryback feels like a jobber to me, and he shouldn't.
He is. He's like a muscle jobber. He's the one doing the job. 6 moves of doing shoulder block, 5-knuckle shuffle, 5-knuckle shuffle. You can't see me.
But
Sorry.
Just no, it's okay because it's okay because it's legitimate. But like Ryback, here's some numbers for you. Ryback this year in matches on television is 24-17 wins and losses. Wow. He is 1-5 on pay-per-view. 1-5 in 6 pay-per-view matches this year.
1 win and 5 losses.
1 win and 5 losses on pay-per-view.
And this is Ryback.
This is Ryback. How do you plan on taking a guy? Because like we've said, Ryback's not a guy that's going to be taking arm drags in the second match. I mean, he's not a talented worker. He's a guy that you either have to. He's either an attraction or he's in the main event.
Yeah,
like you can't put Ryback anywhere else. But at this point, they're not doing either.
Nah, don't give him the fucking title. No, he doesn't deserve the fucking title. You know what he needs to do? He just needs to fucking do jobbers every night and pick up 2 skinny kids at once and just give them both fucking Samoan drops, and then everyone's going to be impressed. You know, Beth Phoenix did a fucking double suplex in the Indies to 2 fucking dudes? Now that's fucking impressive.
Exactly.
See if I give a shit if Ryback does that.
Right.
Beth Phoenix, legit, in OVW, she gave 2 dudes a fucking superplex off the top rope. Like, she stacked them both on top of each other and picked them up legit and did a superplex to 2 fucking dudes while she was in OVW. That's my fucking girl, and I'm mad she fucking retired.
Yeah. Doug's here on the chat talking about well, first of all, before I get to Doug's comments, Cody Notting, I believe, was like WWE dropped the ball with him when they turned him heel. They kind of did because the dude can't cut a heel promo. Like his promos are not good.
Yeah, he can barely talk at all.
Exactly. So I mean, if you're not going to put this guy, sorry, go ahead.
What's up? Sorry. I was going to say, like, he walked off his match on Raw. That's perfect. That's perfect. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be so lame if Heyman bought him.
You know, it was just like. You need to put him with a manager that can talk. It doesn't have to be Paul Heyman, but you got to put him with a manager that can talk, a manager that can cut a promo. Somebody, there's got to be somebody there.
Goldberg couldn't fucking cut a promo for shit, but his entrance was what made him.
Exactly.
They need to have an epic Ryback entrance. I think that's what they need to do.
Eric Bischoff put it best when he was talking about Goldberg. The reason Goldberg got over as much as he did was because he had a very simple formula. They followed it every single week. They didn't divert from it for a long fucking time, not until after he had the title already. But like Goldberg's whole thing was this. He would fucking breathe fire, he'd snort, he'd spit, he'd get in the ring, he'd hit you again, he'd spear you, he'd jackhammer you, and he was in the locker room 5 minutes later. And they didn't divert from that. And that's why Goldberg got over as quick as he did. Is like, look at this fucking monster. He doesn't say a word, and he just does this, and we like that. And that's what they were kind of doing with Ryback, but then they, like Cody said, they turned him fucking heel. And then he started trying to cut promos on John Cena. And John Cena, for whatever we want to say about John Cena, can cut a promo. So Cena talked circles around him. And not only that, there was never any threat really that Cena was ever going to lose the title to fucking Ryback, because they didn't position Ryback in that position to take the title. So there was never, like, again, it was another one of these things where the story wrote itself. So where's the intrigue? Why should we care? Why should we want to get Ryback over if there's no chance?
Pete Gas.
When are we talking about Pete Gas? Shut up, Doug. Jesus Christ.
I don't care about Ryback.
God damn it. We are talking about Pete Gas next week. Fuck.
That nigga.
So exactly. Gabe basically just kind of put it on Front Street there. Fuck that nigga. And you know what? I can say that, and it's okay, because if Gabe doesn't get mad at me for saying it, bam, I'm all right.
I swear, I make you fucking white folk incredibly confident saying the N-word. Kind of makes me mad. Like, I'm niggerizing you, and I shouldn't be niggerizing you. I should be, like, keeping it like, hey, hi, how are you guys? Be like civilized. But it's just funny because, it's just funny.
It's
I don't
just
know.
funny,
I look
exactly.
at it as a Dave Chappelle kind of way.
Exactly. 2 weeks from either tonight or just sort of 2 weeks from this week, the next time we do a Last Fan Standing podcast, of course, we'll be doing our full-scale preview of the SummerSlam pay-per-view. But I kind of wanted to take a couple seconds and talk about the card that is already developing, because we're 2 weeks out, but especially from last night, we have a bit of a pretty fucking interesting card that seems to be developing here. Of course, we have John Cena versus Daniel Bryan, singles match for the WWE Championship. Makes sense. CM Punk versus Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar's going to have Paul Heyman, the Best versus the Beast, and that's really, really interesting for people.
I guess. I mean, I don't consider Brock Lesnar to be the Beast.
No, I know you're not a fan of Brock Lesnar. You definitely are not.
Not at all.
I just find Brock very awkward.
You think so?
I just find Brock so awkward in everything he does.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Like, you could tell he was being so gentle with CM Punk when he was hitting him with that chair. He barely hit him with that chair.
He was was hopping before he hit him. He's just like, holy crap.
I thought that was very cute. I was like, aw, Brock cares. Aw, Brock cares.
I know.
We're BFF backstage.
Exactly.
We're BFF backstage. Aw.
We're both Paul Heyman guys,
Damian Sandow versus Rhodes.
Yeah, Rhodes and Sandow.
Here's the thing. I'm going to give you my personal take on it. I think Damian Sandow is a shit worker, and I think that I think that this match should be quick if it wants to be good, and I think that it should just go to Cody, because Sandow doesn't have much. He doesn't have many signature moves. He's not very charismatic. He's a really shitty heel, because like he's just not an interesting heel. Like, when CM Punk was a heel, you wanted to hear how much he hated you, and I don't know, man.
I actually like Sandow. I think when I first saw Sandow working, I'll tell you exactly who he fucking reminded me of, and I consider this high praise. He actually reminded me of Edge in kind of his mannerisms and some stuff like that. Not as good a worker as Edge, but fucking he reminded me of Edge, like his facial expressions and the way that he carried himself and the way that he's like sort of with his gimmick and everything like that. I don't know. It felt very Edge-like to me.
I don't see the comparison, because Edge has way more charisma and way more personality than You're Welcome. You know what I mean? Come on.
Fair enough. I mean, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I don't think that Sandow is as good as Edge in any facet.
But the comparison, I can't. But I don't know. I just don't see the comparison. I mean, I don't know. He has potential if he wasn't. I guess maybe if the WWE didn't put so much pressure on the wrestlers, because this is corporate wrestling.
Yes, exactly. But no, I think Sandow and Rhodes, I think, is going to be a fantastic. Doug, shut up about Grand Prix wrestling. Jesus Christ. Sorry. Grand Prix wrestling, Gabe, if you didn't know, is a promotion with the fucking midgets and the women wrestlers and booking 10 people on a card, and the fucking promoter's son is the top champion, and all this shit. pretty not fucking good. In any case, so I like Sandow, the Sandow Rhodes feud. I think it's going to be a good match. The match I'm really fucking looking forward to now. I don't know that it's going to be a great match, but I fucking cannot wait to see it just because of the fucking stipulation. We're going to have an Inferno match.
Yeah, and that's going to be interesting. It's the first time in a long while.
First time in a long while. Fucking Kane and Bray Wyatt. And Bray Wyatt, if you didn't know, was he was the dude. He was in the Nexus. What was his fucking name when he was in the Nexus? Husky Harris. Yeah, Husky Harris.
Right.
And he was the guy that they always used to call, like, he's the Abrams tank with the Ferrari engine. Like, the guy can actually go. Like, he's actually a really, really talented wrestler. I think he's a rotunda, isn't he? I think so. But he's just a really talented worker, right? And he's not the best, but he's a talented worker. So I'm really interested to see.
I'm really digging this what they got with them. I'm really digging the whole
the Wyatt family. It's creepy
awesome.
as fuck.
Yeah, I like it. It's very like the way everything happens, and then the way Kane countered their shit this week. I was like, you can't fuck with Kane. Kane's gonna beat Bray Wyatt. Kane is not gonna lose. I don't think he's gonna let him get over that easily. He just came in. He has to build him up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I think that is going to be a great match, though. I really do, because Wyatt's the kind of dude that, like, his character fits the Inferno match, because he's supposed to be, fucking batshit insane, right? So his character fits the match so well that I think it's going to be a really fucking good match. Kids, we are a little bit over an hour. Do we have any closing thoughts?
Yo, fuck that nigga Tito Ortiz. Fuck TNA and their inconsistency in their storylines. Fuck them not even trying to keep talent that's been fucking working for them. Fuck them for thinking that they go on tour and still hire Tito Ortiz and do all this stupid shit while wasting mad money at the same time and keeping Hulk Hogan and doing some stupid same shit over and over again. And fuck that dumb bitch Dixie Carter for listening to every Tom, Dick, and Harry. They're gonna put their dick in her mouth. Fuck fucking TNA. Yo, fuck the world, nigga. Fuck that nigga Taz for getting mad fat and turning into a meatball. Fuck that nigga fucking yo. Math, fuck everybody, man. Fuck them niggas.
Holy shit.
I'm sorry, but I had to go on a fucking tangent, bro. I had to fucking go. You asked me and I had to go. Sorry.
Gabe, I want to.
And them niggas, fuck UCW. Fuck UCW.
Yes.
Fuck UCW.
Fucking right. Jesus Christ. That's great.
Do they shoot ROH in New York? Because if they do, I'll try to fucking go, man.
They have shot Ring of Honor in New York for sure. They've shot some shows at Hammerstein Ballroom. They've shot some shows. I don't think they've done MSG. That's still Vince's territory. But I know they've shot shows at Hammerstein Ballroom.
I know that, yeah, that's what I'm saying. They do a lot of shows in New York. Yo, Vince's territory now is actually the Barclays Center, dude. Ever since that shit was built in Brooklyn, bro,
yeah,
mad people came through. Like, we had fucking Jay-Z there, like, fucking 4 times in a row because he opened that shit up, and they fucking they have a whole bunch of cool people roll through. Like, Maroon 5 rolled through there, Beyonce rolled through there, Alicia Keys rolled through there already. Wow. And they already had we had WrestleMania, like, right across the bridge. And then we had Raw there the night after.
That's true.
You know what I mean? In the Barclays Center. Yo, dude. And we're getting WWE live. So We're going to get a house show on Sunday. We're getting a WWE house show at the Barclays Center on Sunday.
Nice.
So friggin' jealous. They haven't been down here forever.
It's been a couple of years.
That's why it fucking pays to live in a motherfucking major city, nigga.
Except for the fucking internet.
I just haven't moved down there.
Yeah, maybe might have moved down here, pal. Hey, got a movie out here, motherfucking New York City. I'm down here, motherfucking.
Fucking probably.
Do you guys fucking need a moment? Are you all right?
Come down here, motherfucking.
Jesus.
WWE returns to Halifax this October.
October.
Catch them once.
We don't have a fucking show coming in October, do we?
Dude, TV's not interesting there. Your crowd sucks, eh?
Hey, Gabe, eat a dick.
Yo, come to Brooklyn. Come to fucking Brooklyn. Hey, yo, come to fucking Brooklyn.
Shows. I didn't think we had a fucking.
I didn't hear anything about it.
I'm going on WWE's fucking website right now. We're gonna get to the bottom of this shit.
It was all the time.
October. We want to go country, Canada, search events.
And survey says,
fuck you, Doug. Because it ain't showing nothing from me. I'm going to go back, and I'm going to go scroll down here. We're going to go next. This ain't showing me shit. I'm calling bullshit on Doug's bullshit.
You calling bullshit?
Jesus fucking Christ.
Bullshit.
Doug though was screaming at us for a little bit of TCW talk, so let's give you a little bit of TCW talk. I feel like they don't need a lot of talk because they're the fucking best promotion we have going down here. TCW's Twin City Wrestling is the company that Doug works for now, and they've run. Sorry.
Doug and who?
Oh, sorry, Doug and Nick. That's right. Fucking Nick works for them too.
Get your priorities straight, motherfucker.
Yeah. He's Doug. He's not an in-ring talent, but he fucking runs the audio and fucks up people's entrances and does all that stuff. Twice.
Didn't the last show? I got that shit on lockdown.
It's true. You did good. But yeah, so Twin City Wrestling is a fucking fantastic show. We had a Tag Wars show, which featured a bunch of tag team matches. That was the show that was at the exhibition here last month. And we have another show, of course, which is upcoming, the 23rd, Friday, August
20th. Bridgewater starting at 5, and then on the 24th, Saturday in the Sportsplex, Dartmouth.
In Dartmouth, right on. So we got fucking back-to-back shows, which is great. We got a heavyweight title match. We got Dick Durning taking on Sexton Phoenix, and Sexton has been a Doug just called you a kiss ass in the chat, Nick. Sexton Phoenix has been a former podcast guest with us, and he's a fucking great guy, and Dick's a fucking great guy, and it's going to be a great match. That's going to be a really fantastic show. Tickets are on sale now through Eventbrite. If you want to know about that show, if you're not going to the show yet or whatever, hit me up on Facebook if you got me, or hit us up on our Facebook page. We can lean you in the right direction there.
Or just search Twin City Wrestling on Facebook.
That's true. Yeah. Just fucking search Twin City Wrestling. Just fucking, you do the work. We don't want to do the fucking work.
Yeah.
But yeah, TCW is a fucking phenomenal promotion. Great matches, great people. It's just the absolute best promotion that runs in this part of the province for sure. It's the best promotion that runs in this part of the fucking country. Who the fuck am I kidding?
Hands down.
Exactly.
100%.
So Gabe, we got to get your black ass up here to see a TCW show, because that would be great. Is Gabe still with us?
On.
Did I offend Gabe?
I don't know. Gabe's not here, man.
Gabe's not here, man. All right. Well, Gabe's not here, man. So we're gonna have to. I think black people, Nova Scotia. I think not. Shut up, Doug. I think we're going to have to cut this episode now. It's been a little over an hour. Everybody, thank you so much for dealing with us through our fucking technical difficulty bullshit and everything, all the problems that we had. Next week, we think that Nick's going to be in-house next week with work schedules. Fingers crossed, or we might have to do this shit again. We will work out our next show. Next week will be a new episode of the No Holds Barred podcast. Nick, do you have anything to say to our loving audience here just prior to us getting the fuck out of here?
Of course, sorry for all the technical difficulties. I can't be there. I'm leaving Justin with this, trying to work the soundboard. It was fun.
Yeah, it was good.
We'll have stuff planned out for the next time, and I'm hoping to be there.
Exactly. Doug just sent me a fucking picture about a WWE show that's supposed to be in fucking Halifax, but I see absolutely nothing on here about anything. I see him looking at Narcissus Saint's profile like a creeper, but
Well,
you know,
it's not updated yet.
It could very well not be updated yet, but if there is a WWE show coming to Halifax, we will figure that shit out for next week and we will let you know. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode number Who Gives a Fuck of the Last Fan Standing Wrestling Podcast. I am Justin.
And I am Nick.
And on behalf of all of our viewers on Ustream, on behalf of our big black friend Gabe Vinals from New York, check out his shit. Look up the Dungeon Studio on Facebook. That's his studio down in New York. We are out skis for this week. We'll be back with the No Holds Barred podcast next week. Peace out, everybody. See you later.
Later.